Hi guys, so we're back to feet, ankles and calves today, working on a bit of mobility and strength. If you've got a little lacrosse ball, hockey ball, dog's ball, whatever you might have, that would be perfect. Ideally, hockey or lacrosse ball would be best. The toughness and density of them just makes them that bit more practical for what we're trying to do. So, first one, similar to when we used the stick last week, you can just do a bit of foam rolling with it. So really pushing down, rolling your foot, getting all the different crooks and crannies, seeing how it feels. Find something that's a bit tender, like in my heel there, it's a bit grim. You want to spend a little bit of time just trying to work it out, niggling it out. It's not pretty sometimes. If you're doing a lot more running in lockdown, it's probably something you want to spend a little bit more time doing. From there, what we're going to work on today is two different calf raise variations. The first is just on the seated position, working on a bit of control. The second is going to be using a set of stairs, or you might have to stack some books up on a little shelf in the house. The first one, what we're working on is range and control. So knees at roughly 90 degrees, and all we're going to do from there is push up, keep the ball between your heels, right, and push up onto your toes as high as you can. Try and keep that ball stable as best you can. Bring my feet back a little bit. So up high as you can, drive my feet into the floor, squeeze my calves nice and tight, and back down. As we're doing this, the aim is not to let the ball either drop or let it twist, so you're losing control. Nice and steady with it, and see how I'm twisting out there. Try and keep that control so everything stays nice and square. Alright, roll up as high as you can, right on your toes. I've lost it again. Just working through that range. Right. Something you can easily do sat in front of the telly if you're just chilling on the evening. Or you can add it in before you go running, something like that, especially if you are starting to get a bit of tendon or calf pain as you do stuff. Right. So the second one is going to be on the stairs, and it's called a donkey calf raise. It's very similar to, or it's used a lot, in bodybuilding. But what we want to use it for is working through this range and building strength through the range as well at the same time. So it's really good for calf activation, but it's going to give us a full range of motion and allow us to get quite a range of depth as we're doing it. The donkey calf raise, usually in the gym we would use like plates and a bar to set this up, but we're just going to have to makeshift some stairs or whatever you might have at home. Idea is, like I said before, to work for that full range of your calf and ankle to build strength and mobility. Should give you a nice big stretch and then a little bit of strength accessory work as well. So, the setup, you want your feet back on the edge, so the balls of your feet, and your hands on whatever step you can get to whilst pushing your hips back and roughly being at 90 degrees. So your back's nice and flat. You might already start to feel a stretch down the backs of your legs. And from there, what we're going to work on is just driving our heels down as far as we can into the floor, and then coming right up as high as we can onto our tiptoes. Right, so right down into the floor, as low as we can, and up through that full range. We don't want to stop just here. We want to try and drive up as high as we can into the tiptoes. You can add weight, so if you've got a little weight belt or weight vest at home, you can use that. Or you can come up onto one foot and work one foot at a time, driving up through that range. And it's just going to make that movement that much harder. So really having to force our way up. Keep the leg locked out nice and straight, hips back, nice and flat. So what I'm trying to avoid doing is, as I come up, it's coming up into the shoulders. The shoulders and back stay down, and I'm trying to drive up just into the hips. Alright? So it's isolating the calves for this movement, but building the feet, building the ankle strength, stability, and then hopefully everything else at the chain will stabilise a bit. Right? So I'd recommend about 2 to 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps, and that's single leg or double. Just whatever you go for, just have a play around with it and see how it feels.